All right, if you operate a Pilatus PC-24, listen up. The European Union Aviation Safety Agency, or EASA, has just issued Proposed Airworthiness Directive 25/134. Now, this isn't just some minor update, it's a mandatory change to the aircraft's maintenance limitations that is absolutely going to affect your safety protocols, your operational planning, and your budget. So let's break down exactly what you need to know.
Okay, before we dive deep, let's just quickly get on the same page about what this actually is. We're looking at a Proposed Airworthiness Directive, a PAD. Think of it as the final draft before a rule becomes law. It's designed to fix a known unsafe condition. And yeah, there's a short period for comments, but you can bet the core requirements are going to become mandatory. For you, this is the starting gun. It's time to start planning right now.
So here's what we're going to cover. We'll look at what's actually changing, we'll pinpoint which aircraft are affected, we'll walk through the mandatory actions for your maintenance and engineering teams, and then we'll talk about the ripple effects this has on safety and your bottom line. And finally, we'll hit that one critical deadline that you absolutely cannot forget.
So let's get right into it. What's the deal with this change? Well, the answer comes straight from the manufacturer. Pilatus has made some fundamental updates to the PC-24's maintenance requirements, and now EASA is stepping in to make those updates the law. Let's see what's new.
First off, this new PAD replaces an older rule from 2022. And why? Because there's been a major update to the Airworthiness Limitations section, the ALS, which, as you know, is the most critical part of your maintenance manual. But the real headline is right there in that last point. The new ALS contains new and more restrictive tasks. This is not a minor adjustment, folks. We're talking about more demanding inspections and potentially shorter intervals that you're going to have to build into your current maintenance program.
Okay, so we've covered the what is changing. Now let's really focus on the why and the who. What's the specific safety risk EASA is tackling, and which aircraft exactly are in scope?
You know, EASA isn't mincing words here. This is about as direct as it gets. This isn't a suggestion, it's a stark warning. They've identified that if these new manufacturer instructions aren't followed, it could create a direct threat to the safety of the aircraft. That fact alone elevates this from a simple compliance task to a core safety imperative.
So who does this apply to? The answer is simple. Everyone. This directive hits all Pilatus PC-24s, every single manufacturer serial number out there. There are no exemptions, no exclusions, no fine print. If you operate a PC-24, this is for you.
All right, this next part is really for the folks on the front lines of compliance, our Continuing Airworthiness Management Organization, the CAMO. For all the engineers, planners, and technical teams out there, listen up, because this is your playbook.
From a CAMO point of view, when you boil it down, compliance is a two-step process. Step one is all about the paperwork. You have to formally revise your approved aircraft maintenance program, your AMP, to get these new limitations in there. Step two is where the rubber meets the road, making sure every single one of those new and updated tasks is actually done on the ground exactly as the new program says.
And here it is. This is the most important deadline in this entire directive. The day the final AD goes into effect, a clock starts ticking. You will have exactly 12 months to revise your aircraft maintenance program. All your internal planning, all your resource allocation, it all has to revolve around hitting this date.
Okay, so what if one of these new inspections turns up an issue? The rule is absolute. Any discrepancy found must be corrected before the next flight. No exceptions. And if your maintenance data doesn't have a fix, you are required to stop and contact Pilatus directly for approved instructions. There's zero wiggle room here. The aircraft is on the ground until it's fixed properly.
Now, here's a really important detail that's actually going to make your life a bit easier when it comes to paperwork. EASA makes it clear that once you've formally revised your AMP, that revision is your proof of compliance. What does that mean for you? It means you don't have to create a whole separate tracking system just for this AD. By embedding the tasks into your approved program, you're streamlining the entire compliance process. That's a huge help.
Right, so these technical requirements, they don't just stay in the hangar. Let's zoom out a bit and look at the ripple effect this directive has across the whole organization, from the safety department all the way to the finance and leasing teams.
It's really a tale of two different focuses. On one side, you've got your safety and quality folks. Their world is all about mitigating risk. They're focused on integrating these changes into the SMS, tracking that AMP revision, and making sure the new tasks get done right. But every single one of those safety actions has a commercial consequence. Tighter maintenance intervals, that can mean more downtime. New tasks, that means new costs. So for the commercial and leasing teams, the game is all about budgeting for this, planning for it, and making sure that compliance doesn't create a conflict with your lease agreements. It's the perfect example of how a safety decision made in the hangar sparks a financial discussion in the boardroom.
Okay, let's bring it all home and boil this down to the absolute essentials. Here's what you and your team need to remember to make sure you're ready for these changes.
Seriously, if you only remember one thing from this whole briefing, let it be this number, 12. You have 12 months. That's your entire window to review the new limitations, revise your aircraft maintenance program, get it approved by the authorities, and then schedule the actual work. This one deadline should be circled in red on every single calendar. It drives everything else.
So let's just put it all together in a nice little package. What is this? It's a mandatory update to the PC-24's core maintenance rules. Why? To prevent a very specific unsafe condition. Who does it affect? Every single PC-24 flying today. What's your action? Get that AMP revised within 12 months. And then, it's all about execution, getting out there and accomplishing all those new, more restrictive tasks.
At the end of the day, this directive isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's coming, and compliance is non-negotiable. So the final question isn't for me, it's for you to take back to your team. Looking at your current processes, your planning cycles, and your resources, is your maintenance program truly ready for PAD 25-134?